It's no secret that anime is pretty much creatively bankrupt, but what can we mere anime consumers help to get the industry back on its feet? This is a subject that I've thought about for many years now. I've studied some of the greatest thinkers of all time to help figure out the solution to this puzzle. Plato, Socrates, Aquinas, Philip K. Dick, but none of them had the answer to the question that has haunted me for so long. It wasn't until I was out late at night. I was walking through a dark alley when suddenly I felt someone clutching at my feet. It was a man who was bleeding. It seemed like he was shanked and then mugged. He was dying, and he asked me to kill him. His pain was too great for him to go on, it seemed. I couldn't believe my good fortune. He wasn't asking me to spare some change, and I got to kill him as well. But not only that. Once I snapped his neck and could feel deep in my soul that his life force had expired, it hit me. To save this man, I had to kill him. To save anime, we have to kill anime. And that brings me to the subject of the video, piracy. Much like the freebooters of the Age of Sail, online piracy is a cutthroat industry that takes no prisoners. When you copy that floppy which contains the latest high school slice of life schlock, you're not just copying a file for the purposes of killing your brain cells, you're directly killing the industry. What a wonderful thing. It's nothing less than a mercy kill at this point. The bloated corpse of anime must be put out of its misery. It's not ethical at any level to let it suffer like it's currently doing. And if the industry itself can't relieve the pain by making good anime, which it hasn't been doing for a while, then we should do what's right and put anime out of its misery. It had a good run for a while, but it's over. It's finished. Scholars are still hotly debating whether it's been years or decades since the last good anime, while some hardliners insist that anime was never good in the first place, like the anonymous industry insider who said, quote, "Anime was a mistake," unquote. But since going over to Japan and personally killing every staff member of every anime studio isn't feasible and is highly problematic from an ethical standpoint, consumers have to resort to piracy, a guilt-free way of taking the salted cup noodles away from underpaid animators. And now you can kill people guilt-free, just like how piracy killed the gaming industry and how piracy killed Dutch traders back in the day. Now, one of the counter-arguments might be, what the fuck, man? I mean, you wouldn't download a car, would you? And that's where you're wrong, kiddo. I've already downloaded my 1984 Oldsmobile Cutlass with a T-roof with my 3D printer. But that was just because it was out of print, to be fair. Oldsmobile is now long gone because I guess it just wasn't bailed out enough by the state. It's my hope too that anime won't be bailed out either. I'm sure Japan would like to be known for more than late night cartoons for stunted man-children, and instead be known for, say, quality electronics and its rich history, among other things. If anime was killed, then the delusional otaku might have to do things they've never considered before, like taking a shower or going outside, which would cause a new golden age in Japan. Let me explain. Previously, unwashed otaku and fujoshi were unfit for society, but now they'll have the chance to not only participate, but perhaps even flourish and become leaders, artists, and important figures. Now that might seem like a scary thought, but keep in mind the hypnotic and mind-dulling effects of anime would subside if they weren't exposed to it anymore. Now I'm not saying they'll become functioning members overnight, but with time these unlikely misfits might become a golden generation if they're given the chance. Imagine how much the economy will flourish if thousands of stunted otaku worldwide are forced to clean up their act instead and do something useful with their computers for once, like go into IT and help develop artificial intelligence. Or instead of fujoshi writing their weird Naruto Sasuke slash fiction, they hone their skills and write the next great novel that will last throughout the ages. My friends, The only thing standing between us and the new golden age is anime. As we hear the dying gasps of this horrible industry, we can be safe in the knowledge that we're making a better world for the next generation. We must pirate anime, and I'm aware that we'll have to suffer through some absolutely unwatchable garbage to strike the killing blow. But with our sacrifice, we can put an end to anime, this vile force that amounts to nothing more than cultural terrorism. So go and copy that floppy, seed that file for others to plunder, and upload whatever you have for others to take. Do whatever is necessary to kill anime for good. After it's dead and gone, it might come back even stronger and actually be watchable. That would be a nice change of pace for once.